Hello, Riders and Rangers! Welcome to Lost Galaxy Reimagined Pilot. Doing these takes a lot of time and effort, so I will see if you like this pitch. If not, I will move on to the next project. Personally, I thought Lost Galaxy is a well-written story, but I wish they focused on why the Rangers are called Lost Galaxy Rangers rather than Quasar Rangers. Also, since In Space had done a lot of space traveling, perhaps they can focus on the spiritual side of focusing on the alien planet Mirinoi instead. Without further ado, go Galactic! A wormhole was noticed by NASADA after the events of Power Rangers in Space Countdown to Destruction. It was later discovered it is a doorway directly to a neighboring galaxy. Under Commander Stanton, a space expedition was launched to visit this galaxy by first landing on the planet called Mirinoi, which is similar to Earth. After sending a landing crew on Mirinoi, the scientists lost contact with Terra Venture. Disturbed, Commander Stanton of Terra Venture sent his report on his missing landing crew and a distress signal to NASADA. However, NASADA is not willing to send anyone because they are worried about the unknown dangers of Mirinoi. Being part of the ground crew of Terra Venture, a few rogues decide to launch a secret mission to help Commander Stanton. These five are Kai Chen, Kendricks Morgan, Damon, and of course, the Corbett brothers, Leo and Mike. The crew traveled on an Astro megaship prototype replica. The shuttle was stolen and it was an unsanctioned rescue mission for the missing colonist scientists. It was the only available resource NASADA had left. They spent all their budget on Terra Venture. This Astro megaship does not even have a Megazord. All because the government funding was given to another military branch to build a fleet of mechanized heavy equipment in Mariner Bay, California. Officially, it is a search and rescue team with military efficiency. Unofficially, that team is rumored to fight off interdimensional beings. We don't need to worry about them until next season. Mike is the captain of the crew with the most space traveling experience. He has been on Terra Venture during its construction a few times. But Mike was called back to Earth to oversee the construction of a secret aqua base and giant vehicles in Mariner Bay. Compassionate, thoughtful, and has a strong moral compass, Mike is the main focus of this episode. The rest of his team are the ground control for Terra Venture. They feel passionate enough to be motivated to rescue missing scientists, especially feeling a kinship to the newly married pair of astrophysicists, Dr. Benji and Edith Volt. Mike was their best man. Leo, Kai, and Damon were their groomsmen, and Kendricks was their maid of honor. Arriving on Terra Venture, the rogue team meets Commander Stanton. His crew were holding off from landing. He believes they will be affected by the mystical wave, just like his landed team. Commander Stanton revealed more redacted information. During the planning of this Astro expedition, NASADA approved Stanton for his mission to explore this wormhole after detecting an alien signal. His team had acquired enough resources from the debris of the villains during Countdown to Destruction. With this, they had a monumental quantum leap of technology. For example, they repurposed the Fortress of Darkness into Terra Venture. The symbol of oppression has been transformed into a symbol of hope and adventure. Originally thought to be an empty part of the universe, the other side of the wormhole was actually a fully formed galaxy. It is surrounded by dark matter, which originally made it unobservable from the Earth. All thanks to the wormhole, it makes this neighboring galaxy finally approachable. The brightest composition of this galaxy's Tau sector is similar to our galaxy's Orion constellation. Thus its name, Lights of Orion Sector Tau, in short, Lost Galaxy. After further investigation, the astronomers noticed the mysterious signal from the wormhole originated from a planet called Mirinoi, which is similar to Earth. To see if they are able to survive on Mirinoi, the scientists sent a non-manned shuttle full of bioengineered insects. However, the insects escaped the shuttle after it crash-landed due to calculation errors. Seeing Mirinoi is breathable, Stanton and his crew piloted Terra Venture into the portal and orbited Mirinoi. Stanton's plan was first, by setting up a proper base on Mirinoi, then his successor would explore the rest of this galaxy. However, after sending in a landing crew of 50 scientists, Terra Venture lost contact with the landing party. From space, Terra Venture noticed the landed crew had built a habitable colony on the planet, and their time seems to have been sped up. In time, it looked as if they had set up a fully functional city similar to Earth. Human life signs went from 50 members up to thousands in a span of a few weeks. On board, the scientists on Terra Venture were unable to explain. But why were the life signs multiplying?
Now back to current time, Mike decides to land on Mirinoi to check it out himself, despite the commander's warnings. Kendricks has figured out the mystery and is worried if she is right, her best friend and the rest of the crew are long gone. Landed on the planet, the five were attacked by the mysterious insectoid invaders, but were saved by a tribesgirl, a Mirinoi inhabitant. She helped the crew by sneaking away from the insectoid invaders' sight. The tribesgirl is called Maya, and revealed her planet has been under attack by these ancient beings, known as the Court of Scorpius, for the past few weeks. Maya and Mike immediately bonded, to Kendricks' annoyance. The rest of the team feels uneasy to immediately trust someone, but Mike tells them to follow his intuition, something that Maya claims she would always do thanks to her sixth sense given to her by Mirinoi. She urges the team to follow her to the center of the forest and wait for the Lost Galaxy Rangers to protect them. There is a mystical source of Quasar power that will be harnessed by the warriors, which could help them in their fight against these ancient insectoids. Damon hates to fall to spiritual help, as he prefers science over magic, but he follows along. According to Kai, the signal their devices detected leads to where Maya is leading them to. According to legends, the invaders will return to collect any magical power sources of Mirinoi. Right now, the first item on their menu would be the 5 mystical Quasar saber swords. Fortunately, Maya leads them to the sabers first. While in the crowd observing volunteers pulling the sabers out, Mike deduced the mysterious signal was honing from 5 mysterious artifacts located in the middle of the forest.
Maya says 3,000 years ago, the Court of Scorpius appeared. The insectoids exhausted the local resources, petrifying life and pillaging for greed and power. The descendants of the landed crew tried to fight the aliens back, but their attempts were futile. Thanks to the sudden appearance of the ancient Lost Galaxy Rangers, hope is restored. Then, these sabers were planted there by 5 mysterious warriors and sealed by 1 mysterious dark knight. The insectoids fled Mirinoi after they were defeated by the warriors. It was prophesied that 5 worthy warriors will be chosen when the Court of Scorpius returns. It wasn't until recently these invaders had been well rested and they are back to become locusts again. That's why there has been an annual Quasar saber pulling ceremony ever since the sabers were planted there. The inhabitants hope, this year, worthy successors will be revealed to protect them against the insectoids. Damon chuckled. What if there are never any successors, and the warriors would magically appear to protect Mirinoi instead? During this time, Leo was sidetracked because he saw an elderly woman getting robbed. He helped the lady and tricked the muggers to leave. The lady thanked him and told him he is worthy to participate in the sword-pulling ceremony. As the insectoids approached and started attacking everyone in the sword-pulling ceremony, the crew tried fighting back. After accidentally pulling the Quasar sabers out of a stone, the crew were able to fend off the space pirates. Unfortunately, Mike falls into a crevice caused by the evil minions, but not before passing his sword onto Leo. 5 magical devices appeared around the wrists of the explorers and Maya. Given visions of Mirinoi and how to activate their newly found powers, the 5 morph into the Lost Galaxy Rangers. They fought against the insectoids, fending them off. Now, the 5 are chosen to be the final line of defense to protect the remaining descendants of Terra Venture, to retake Mirinoi and stop the invaders trying to reach Earth. In this battle, they damaged Scorpius' ship and the villains retreated.
Now let's get to know the Lost Galaxy Rangers. Kai is the second officer and served alongside Mike many times on their voyage to Terra Venture. He is calm, logical, and stoic by the books. Kai can be called cold and distant by others. Other than Leo, Mike's fall hurt him a lot, as it feels like Kai has lost his mentor. Mike was the one who helped him in understanding a lot of science knowledge and motivated him to join NASADA. Kendricks Morgan is the science officer who has the perfect balance between sociable and book smart. However, due to this being her first time traveling to a wormhole, she is quite nervous and would forget about her vast knowledge of theoretical astrophysics. Losing Mike was devastating to Kendricks, a lot, because it has been implied Kendricks has a big crush on Mike, and Leo teases her a lot for it. She only joined NASADA because of him. For a while, she volunteered to transfer to Mariner Bay, just to be Overseer Mike's personal assistant. The mechanic is called Damon Henderson. He is the snarky engineer of the ship and he cracks sarcastic jokes all the time. Due to his often lack of seriousness and showing contempt to leadership, he was demoted to sanitary engineering as punishment despite being a genius tech whiz. With Mike gone, this was painful, because if it weren't for Mike, Damon would still be back in NASADA scrubbing toilets.
Maya grew up with all the stories and legends of Mirinoi. She is very spiritual and is the guide for our audience surrogate. But she is also like a fish out of water to the team. Maya can be brash at times, jumping into conclusions without thinking properly due to relying on her instincts. The people there shared visions given to them by Mirinoi, and that's how they learned more about the planet and its history.
Leo is the Ensign Moral Ethics Officer intern. Originally, they were just a crew of 4, but Mike insists on bringing his brother on board to learn about space traveling. Leo was more interested in moral ethics philosophy, but only promised to be on this trip so it will end Mike's endless persuasion. This will be the trip that decides if he wants to enroll into NASADA as an astronomer or become an ethics professor. With Mike passing the Quasar saber to him, Leo would do anything to honor Mike's memory. Whether for revenge or responsibility, he believes it is ethical to protect Mike's will by following through as if Mike was the Lost Galaxy Red Ranger. When the Quasar sabers are not in use during the team's civilian form, each transforms into a transmorpher, worn on their wrists. Mirinoi is the energy center of the Lost Galaxy, holding so much Quasar power stored in it. The Space Invaders are planning to harness its energy to invade more worlds. The wormhole between the Lost Galaxy and our galaxy is powered by Mirinoi. The landed crew were observed to regress from their scientific ways and became very spiritual. They began to move away from the futuristic sci-fi colony and lived like regular 70s-style homes with a lack of technology. No computers, no TV, and the most scientifically advanced item would be a home phone. Some extreme cases were, like Maya, even lived like nomadic Aboriginal tribes of North America. More and more scientists were infatuated with Mirinoi's nature and stopped using its scientific resources and returned back to nature. When asked for her last name, Maya said her full name is Maya Edith Volt. Her middle name is named after her great-great-grandma. This shocked the team because the group knew a fellow colleague on this expedition called Benji and Edith Volt. They just got married before they had arrived on this planet. Kendricks figured out she was right. Mirinoi has a time dilation different to the Earth and Terra Venture. A day there might be a millisecond on Terra Venture. That is why there was a huge population explosion in a few weeks. The original landed crew science team were affected by the mystical energies of Mirinoi. That's why it made them revert back to nature like living and become more spiritual.
The space pirates are now researching mystical artifacts from Mirinoi, and the Rangers need to stop them. The fight between the Rangers damaged their ship. They are planning to fix their ship, hijack Terra Venture, and use it as a base to invade Earth. In addition, they are trying to find whatever they could to harness the powers of Mirinoi. The list of what they had observed from the Lost Galaxy Rangers from 3,000 years ago had wielded, and what their scouts have reported. The Elixir Serum, Trans Daggers, Quasar Launchers, Magna Power, Jet Jammers, Astrocycles, Red Capsular Cycle, Lights of Orion, Red Galactic Key, and of course, the Galacta Beasts. But worst case scenario, with Scorpius's resources, they can build whatever they want. Just like the army of Stingwingers. This series would have flashbacks of the Lost Galaxy Rangers training as military scientists during their studies in university and their personal life. It would be full of parallel struggles and how they are able to overcome it. The series also explored their regrets of their path as a scientist and conflicts between friendships. So there you have it. This is my Lost Galaxy Reimagined pitch. Did you like it? What did you think about it? How would you have done it? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't.